$1 million. A number that feels enormous until you change where you spend it. For most people on Earth, it represents a lifetime of earnings, decades of work, condensed into a single figure. But money on its own has no meaning. Its value is defined entirely by context. And across the world, that context shifts dramatically. In one place, $1 million buys a fraction of a room. In another, it builds an entire life, property, freedom, and time included. The dollar itself doesn't change. Geography does. And today, we're taking that same $1 million across 10 very different places to see what it actually becomes. Number 10, Monaco. Monaco is where purchasing power collapses completely. A country smaller than Central Park, less than 1 square mile of land, bordered by the Mediterranean on one side and France on the other. No income tax, no capital gains tax, no inheritance tax, and almost no land left to build on. That combination has created the most expensive real estate market on Earth. Here, $1 million buys roughly 205 square feet. That's not an apartment, it's a space. A small studio if the layout is efficient. In developments like Merterra, built by reclaiming land from the sea itself, prices exceed $9,000 per square foot. Villas sell for over $200 million, and often before construction is even completed. In Monaco, $1 million doesn't make you wealthy. It doesn't even make you comfortable. It simply gets you inside a market designed for people spending 30, 40, 50 million at a time. Number 9, New York City, USA. New York tells a similar story, just with a different kind of justification. In Manhattan, $1 million buys around 34 square meters, a compact one-bedroom, or more realistically, a studio in a desirable area. But New York doesn't sell space. It sells access. Access to one of the most concentrated ecosystems of power in the world. Finance, media, fashion, technology, all operating within a few square miles. What you're paying for is proximity, the ability to step outside your door and be in the middle of it. Even luxury follows that logic. At the plaza, $1 million doesn't buy full ownership, it buys time. Roughly 120 days per year in a serviced residence, complete with concierge, spa access, and hotel-level service. In New York, money doesn't stretch. It compresses into location, energy, and status. Number 8, London, England. London operates differently, but the outcome is similar. In prime areas like Mayfair, Kensington, or Chelsea, $1 million gets you about 33 square meters. A compact flat, often in a building with more history than space. But London hides its value better than most cities. Because once you understand its geography, everything changes. Move just a few zones outward, and that same $1 million can buy a full family home. Multiple bedrooms, a garden, a quieter street, and still within reach of the city. London rewards precision. The difference between overspending and finding value is often just a few miles. Number 7, Paris, France. Paris doesn't just sell property. It sells a version of life. In its most prestigious districts, $1 million buys a one-bedroom apartment. But what you're really paying for is the atmosphere, the architecture, the streets, the rhythm of the city itself. The morning light on limestone buildings, the cafes, the sense that everything around you has existed unchanged for generations. But step outside the center and the equation shifts completely. In rural France, that same $1 million can buy a chateau, land, space, history, something that feels permanent. In Paris, you buy identity. Outside it, you buy scale. Number 6, Dubai, UAE. Dubai is where the script flips. Here, $1 million starts to feel like actual wealth again. With no income tax and a government that has deliberately built a global real estate hub, the city offers scale that simply doesn't exist in Europe or the US. $1 million can buy over 3,000 square feet. Large apartments, townhouses, even full villas depending on location. In Palm Jumeirah, that means waterfront views and private beach access. In suburban communities, it means space, security, and modern infrastructure. Dubai was designed for expansion, And that's exactly what your money does here. It expands. Number 5, Cape Town, South Africa. Cape Town combines something rare, beauty and value in the same place. Set between mountains and ocean, it offers some of the most dramatic landscapes in any major city. And yet, $1 million here buys a serious home. Not an apartment, a house, often with views, outdoor space, and a pool. But the real advantage isn't just property, it's cost of living. Daily expenses are low enough that $1 million, if managed correctly, can sustain a long-term lifestyle. Not just ownership, but comfort. Cape Town doesn't just give you more space. It gives you breathing room financially. Number 4, Tuscany, Italy. In Tuscany, money transforms into something intangible. $1 million buys a farmhouse or villa. Stone walls, open land, vineyards, olive trees. Properties built long before modern real estate markets existed. This is not about efficiency. It's about atmosphere. The kind of environment that doesn't change. The kind of place people travel across the world just to experience for a few days. Here, real estate stops being about function and becomes about feeling. Number 3, Thailand. Thailand changes the entire conversation. Because here, the real value of $1 million isn't what you buy, it's what it allows you to stop worrying about. In Bangkok, that budget buys a high-end luxury condo. But more importantly, the cost of living is extremely low. A comfortable lifestyle can cost under $1,200 per month. Which means if that $1 million is invested, even modestly, it produces more than enough income to live well. Indefinitely. At this point, money stops being something you spend. It becomes something that frees you. Number 2, Bali, Indonesia. Bali pushes that idea even further. Because here, the numbers almost stop making sense. Luxury villas cost between $200,000 and $400,000. Private pools, open-air living spaces, tropical surroundings. Which means the majority of that $1 million remains untouched, invested, generating income. Living well in Bali costs under $2,000 per month. So every month there's excess, money that goes toward experiences instead of survival. Travel, leisure, time. In Bali, $1 million doesn't just build a home. It builds an entirely different way of living. Number 1, Portugal. Portugal sits at the top because it balances everything. In cities like Lisbon or Porto, $1 million buys a high-end property, often historic, fully restored, and located in culturally rich areas. At the same time, the cost of living remains manageable. Healthcare, food, transportation, all significantly cheaper than most Western European countries. Portugal doesn't force a trade-off between quality and affordability. It gives you both. $1 million, same number. 10 completely different realities. In Monaco, it disappears. In New York, it compresses. In Bali, it expands into an entire lifestyle, which leads to a simple conclusion. Wealth isn't absolute, it's relative. And the real question isn't how much money you have, it's how well you understand what it can buy.